Moral decisions in terms of planning execution. So what is moral decisions? Moral decision is a choice based on a person's ethics, member, character, and what they believe in proper behavior. Moral decision, it is the ability to decide which is the right course of action once we have spotted the ethical issue.
There are 4 different ways of making moral decision. First is a toss coin decision. People who toss coin to make change and decide. It is making decision based on the flip coin could help you make happier life. Next is the individualistic decision. It is making a choice that best serves your long-term self-interest. The third one is the passive conformist. Passive conformist is a member of a group do not necessarily actively attempt to influence others. The next is a holistic decision. It is an approach to making great things happen in a way that increases quality of all life for all involved. Next is the components of moral decision. First is the moral objective. The moral objective is the matter of our actions. The moral objective is that to which the action by its very nature. Next, second one is the intention, our motivation or objectives behind completing an action. It is a thing intended to aim or a plan. Circumstances, factors surrounding the action. A circumstances is a fact or condition connected with or relevant to an event or actions. The next is the components of ethical behavior in decisions making and action. The first is moral sensitivity. Moral sensitivity is a recognition that a problem existed. So, a moral sensitivity is the ability to identify the existing moral problems and understanding the moral consequences. The next is a moral judgment. Moral judgment is all about what is the right or wrong thing to do. It is the judgment that have moral content they use to evaluate situations, courses of actions, persons' behavior, and etc. Moral motivation is the capacity to internalize and give priority to values.
In moral decision in terms of planning and execution, there is a decision-making formats which helps us to make better moral choices. Formats incorporates elements that enhances ethical performance while helping us avoid blunders. I will introduce to you the 3 decision-making formats, which are the Kidler's ethical checkpoints, the moral compass, and the 5I formats. The step-by-step procedures of this format will ensure that we identify and carefully define ethical issues, use time pressures, investigate options, think about the implications of choices, and apply key ethical principles. Ethicist Rushworth Kidder acknowledges that ethical issues can be disorderly and sometimes downright confusing. Rushworth Kidder developed 9 ethical checkpoints that can be used to make an ethical decision in given circumstances. The 9 chronological and logical checkpoints guide decision makers towards an ethical decision with simplicity, in order to help the decision maker achieve a grounded solution. These are the 9 steps ethical checkpoints by Rushworth Kidder that can help bring order to the confusing ethical issues. Checkpoint number 1. Recognize that there is a moral issue. Checkpoint number 2. Determine the actor. Checkpoint number 3. Gather the relevant facts. Checkpoint number 4. Test for right versus wrong issues. Checkpoint number 5. Test for right versus paradigms such as justice versus mercy, short-term versus long-term, truth versus loyalty. Checkpoint number 6. Apply resolution principles. Checkpoint number 7. Look for a third way. Checkpoint number 8. Make the decision. And checkpoint number 9. Revisit and on the design. Following these 9 steps or checkpoints can help you out through the confusion and generate a grounded solution.
In Moral Compass, Harvard Ethics Professor Lynn Payne offers a 4-part moral compass for guiding managerial decision-making. The goal of the compass is to ensure that ethical considerations are factored into every organizational decision. So in Moral Compass, we have Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, Level 4, which is so Level 1 is will this action serve a worthwhile purpose, and Level 2 is this action consistent with the relevant principle, and Level 3 is does this action respect the legitimate claims of the people likely to be affected, and Level 4, do we have the power to take this action? And in the 5I format is 1 is identify the problem, investigate the problem, innovate by generating a variety of solutions, isolate a solution, and implement the solution. So this approach incorporates elements of the first 2 models into the following sequence.